What exactly did Taehyung say about Jungkook that left millions of ARMY speechless and holding their breath? Is this just an exaggerated joke, or a sincere confession that has been hidden? The BTS fandom world is now rumbling after Taehyung's interview piece was widely spread and led to various unstoppable speculations. The incident began when Taehyung sat casually in a speaking session, his gaze occasionally dreamy as if remembering something so deep. Then, with a trembling voice, he called Jungkook's name. The sentence that came out of it was simple but full of meaning, enough to give the ARMY around the world goosebumps. "He always does more than people see," Taehyung said before pausing for a moment. But the pause actually thickens the curiosity, as if something had not been said. For many fans, the moment was not just an ordinary expression of friendship. Taehyung's slightly glazed gaze, his lowered tone of voice, and a slight smile that almost broke into tears all formed an atmosphere full of mystery. Is he exposing Jungkook's struggle that has not been seen publicly? Or is it about the difficult times they went through together, but never talked about openly? As soon as the footage went viral, social media was filled with interpretations, theories, and even body language analysis from fans. Some believe Taehyung is providing subtle support for Jungkook amid the pressures of the music industry. There are also those who speculate that this has to do with the relationship of the two that may be going through a period of ups and downs. For sure, that brief moment has now become one of the most talked about fragments in the history of their interaction. Taehyung's words not only sparked curiosity, but also aroused a wave of deep emotion in ARMY's heart. And until Taehyung or Jungkook himself explains the true meaning, this mystery will continue to live on, burning the curiosity of millions of hearts who love them. A few days after the statement, the atmosphere among the ARMY was heating up. Taehyung and Jungkook's every move on social media is carefully dissected, as if every detail is a puzzle piece that will reveal the true story. In fact, old photos of them laughing together, staring at each other, or supporting each other on stage are popping up again, becoming the subject of conversation and proof that their relationship holds a deeper story than it seems. His face looked a little tired, but his thin smile was still present. He did not name Taehyung directly, but his remark about someone who always understands, even without words, made ARMY even more convinced that the two friends were giving each other covert messages. Some consider this moment a form of emotional honesty that they rarely show in public. Others think it's part of a much larger story, perhaps about a friendship journey, a sacrifice, or even a promise that only the two of them know about. Whatever the truth, one thing is clear. Taehyung's words have opened a door of curiosity that is difficult to close again. Now, every time Taehyung and Jungkook are on stage, the camera's focus is sharper than ever. ARMY seem to be waiting for a small gesture, a look, a smile, or a touch of the hand. That could be the key to the answer to this mystery. However, perhaps it is precisely this vagueness that makes this story so alluring. Because behind all the speculation, what remains is a sense of warmth, emotion, and confidence that their bond, whatever it means, is really special and irreplaceable. Time goes on, but the curiosity does not subside. Every new interview, every social media update, to every public appearance, they are always highlighted with the hope that there will be a continuation of Taehyung's words that trigger a wave of emotion. Some fans even made a video compilation of Taehyung and Jungkook's friendly journey, from their debut to the present day. From innocent backstage laughs, to nosy mutual acts, to warm hugs in stressful moments, they all become pieces of the story that make up the unwritten narrative. A narrative about two people who grow up together in the spotlight of the world, but still take care of each other in a way that only they understand. Then, at an international music event, the awaited moment seemed to come. As the stage lights dimmed and the members stood in a row, the camera caught Jungkook glancing at Taehyung. Their gazes met, and in a split second, a small smile appeared on the faces of both, a smile that ARMY felt was deeper than just a greeting on stage. For ordinary people, it may be just a brief interaction, but for those who follow this story, the smile is a secret language that needs no explanation. But still, the mystery behind Taehyung's words has not been fully answered. Perhaps there will never be a direct clarification, because some stories are indeed more beautiful left as a secret. What is clear for ARMY is that the statement is already part of an emotional memory they will always remember, a moment that proves that behind the glitter of the stage and the glare of the cameras, there is a true story of timeless taste, support, and bonding. Taehyung, who is usually relaxed and full of humor, this time spoke in a more calm and serious tone. He only smiled slightly, then looked down before replying, "There are things that not everyone needs to know, but I hope she knows that I'm always there for her." The sentence was short, but hit the hearts of the fans. Social media was immediately flooded with thousands of comments, most claiming goosebumps and even tears. Many feel that the statement is an indirect continuation of the moment that triggered this mystery. There is an impression that behind these words, a long story of struggle, pride, and unconditional support is stored. On the other hand, Jungkook himself also gave a signal in his live broadcast. When asked by fans about his relationship with Taehyung, he smiled broadly, but his eyes seemed to imply something. "You never know," he said with a laugh. The remark, although wrapped in jokes, actually made the ARMY more convinced that there was a special story that they deliberately kept for themselves. He has become a little legend in the hearts of fans. A mystery that may never be fully revealed, but that is precisely what makes it so valuable. Because in the end, what is seen is not just two idols on the stage, but two humans who understand each other, protect, and harbor a sense that cannot be explained in words. For many fans, that moment was the culmination of all the puzzles stemming from Taehyung's initial statement. An affirmation that no matter what they go through together, there is an unshakable sense of mutual trust and appreciation. Even without official clarification, the chemistry and body language of the two seem to say more than just a verbal explanation. And perhaps that's where the beauty is. This mystery is no longer just a question mark, but a story assembled by small fragments, meaningful gazes, short words that touch the heart, and silent moments that speak the loudest. The ARMY finally understood that not all stories had to be fully revealed. Some secrets are meant to be kept, but they can still be felt, and that's what makes Taehyung and Jungkook's relationship so special.